Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm ready with yet another update, not just on TR to PR timelines, but also on federal skilled worker programs. The update was announced on July 6th. I'm sorry for posting a little late. I was off on vacation. I went to camping, and I'm going to share a little more information about that too because it's an interesting place. But let's dive into our first update out here for Express Entry first, and then I'll be talking a little more in detail about the timelines, what we have received under Stream B, A, and IG Stream, and then French Stream also. Also, how you can connect with IRCC customer support. Time and again, a lot of people had the confusion. Although I have explained it in my video, but things do change, and I got hold of the method how you can try it. For some of the people actually it worked, and I'm going to share based upon the experience what my subscriber has gone through. In case if you have not subscribed to this channel, definitely can do that for more updates. Let's dive into our express entry CRS. That's the cutoff. It's huge. It's really huge, 557. I mean, never had happened before above 500. But the catch over here is that if you have a CRS of 557 as cutoff, I'm going to share the news towards the end, like what exactly is the minister's statement and all that. But let's dive into what the IRCC has said. IRCC has invited a total of 1,500 express entry candidates to apply for permanent residence, so that the CRS cutoff was 557. For those who have received the invitation, I would recommend please submit all the documents within 60 days. That's the deadline. And the processing time period, it's been reduced now. Earlier, people were not getting any update from IRCC, but now they will get through within 6 months or maybe less, not more than that. So this is really good. Now, upon the minister's statement, like Sean Fraser has said, the Canadian immigration minister, he said that today I'm pleased to announce that express entry draws had officially resumed and applications will be processed at our 6-month processing standard. So this is a standard timeline. I want to thank the candidates from around the world for their patience as we work to reduce the backlog before resuming express entry draws. I look forward to welcoming skilled workers who are essential in addressing Canada's labor shortages. Honestly speaking, this is not really a great news for those who have been waiting for federal skilled worker programs for like more than now 2 years, ever since the COVID thing has happened. And because earlier cutoff was around 470, 480, 450 also, but this 500 plus, it's huge. It's huge actually. So yeah, they are targeting more on federal skilled worker programs, especially for the CEC category. And now they are coming up with a new TR to PR program in September. I'm going to cover all the details, like how you can fill up the documentation and all. Of course, I cannot substitute your consultant, but yes, I can give you more guidelines on how you can go about it. Now, this is a short method, like the tips to connect with IRCC customer support. So when you dial the number 1-888-242-2100, just try to type the extensions after 47 to 48 seconds and then put the UCI number on that. This actually has worked for many people at this point of time. I don't know, after posting this video, maybe things would get different. And try to connect in between 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and then 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's just a trick. For some, it may not work. For all of you, it varies from time to time. All right, so this time I went to Provincial Park, and this is Sir Winston Churchill Provincial Park. It's actually Lac La Biche. So this is beautiful, and you will be able to experience Tippy there. So not every provincial park is offering this location. This is more onto north of Alberta. There are a lot of wildlife out there and kind of bugs which we've never seen in life, like back in India also. So yeah, this is a beautiful experience. Try to book a cabin because we booked a Tippy, but the weather was not favorable, so we shifted to cabin. And the cost is not really much. It'll cost you in a budget of 250 in total. So that's great. Like for and this is on the way view. It's beautiful. You should try that. And this is a beaver lake, and we got to know from the local out there. So it's not publicly announced. So Beaver Lake is pretty good. You should try that. And yeah, this is a look outside our campground, like from the cabin. So yeah. All right, after this refreshing look, let's dive into our first timeline for Patel. Stream B is applied under June 17, got the BIL for the dependent on February 18th. Application was linked with GCK. That was on February 18th itself. Then he was able to get the AOR and on March 1st. Although the ADR for PCC was received on February 18th itself. Medicals were passed and then ghost updates were there on May 31st and July 5th. And thereafter, he got the COPR. That was on July 5th. Another timeline from one of the subscriber, Palmyra. She has applied under Stream B, July 15th at 5:30 a.m. BL was received on July 6th, and there was a police certificate from home country that was required on July 6th itself, and she was able to link up the application on July 6th. It's a French stream case where my subscriber has applied on September 18th. TFN was received around March 10th to 15th, and then application was linked using the UCI number and the name. Always make sure that when you attach or link up the application, try to put the same information what exactly it's mentioned on your passport. It should not be differ from the one which is on the legal document, especially with your passport. Now, in this case, I got the PR portal, then credentials were there, and ECOPR was received on July 5th itself. Okay, this is Anna's timeline. Now, she is on mat leave. She had elder daughter, and then she's on mat leave during the time when she applied for the IG stream. It was applied on May 7th at 7 a.m. AOR was received with BIL for principal applicant and spouse, and then there was a medical request also. Now, there was another ADR, like there was an ADR for official transcript and tax return to prove that she was on EI. So that was on June 14th. Now, BIL is actually required for any candidate whosoever has achieved the age of 14 at the time of submission. So, for say, if your child is 13 and when you're applying the application, and now she's turned 14, she will not be asked to submit the biometric. But in this case, the BIL request for 15 years old daughter that came on June 29th. So they forget to ask initially with the ADR in June, like on June 14th. And she did not submit the biometric also. So yeah, so you need the biometric instruction letter from them. So this was all done. And then she was able to get the ECOPR on July 8th. Okay, Stream B submission July 15th at 5:35 p.m. And there was an ADR for police clearance certificate that was on July 5th. And then you will see the information that the documents are getting reviewed. So many of you are receiving the message that background check and it's still taking 2 months. And in some of the cases, even it's taking 3 months. It's a normal processing. I know it sounds funny, but yeah, it varies from visa officer to visa officer. So if you're getting the message that background check is in process or criminality is under processing, you don't need to worry about that. You're not under any radar or something. It's just that every processing will take its own time, especially with the Whitehorse processing center. They are taking a little more than expected, but there's nothing you can do about. Only thing you can do is raise your web form with your concerns, attach the screenshot of the last update what you have received, and then probably you'll be able to get the update. In case if you want to check what's going on with your file, you can contact IRCC customer support, or you can call or contact your local MP. I've already explained the process in my video. You can simply go on Google and just check that information. It's all there. So in this case, the application was linked on July 7th itself, and it was through. Another timeline is from IG Stream, May 7th submission at 12:31 a.m. File was linked, and then there were a couple of updates out here. So like there was an ADR for IMM 5669 form. It was on April 26th. Now, second ADR again came on May 9th. Third ADR for the same document, IMM 5669 form, actually came on June 8th. Now, why this is happening? So first ADR came second during the time when he received the second ADR. IRCC was not able to get his first ADR. So when it was received, almost a month later, he again got the same ADR. The reason being is that IRCC visa officer wanted to clarify whether he was employed or unemployed at the specific time period, like the dates he has mentioned in the form. The visa officer was getting confused, so he's not getting the clarity. Remember, this is an IG stream, so getting into any NOC is not the prerequisite, but visa officer will ask you if you have already entered that information. So just be careful with that thing. You have to clarify what the duration. You don't have to get panic about it. Then background check moved to processing on June 15th, and PR approval letter came on July 5th itself, and now he's just waiting for the ECOPR. Okay. IG stream update again May 7th. So the application were running around like 38,000 applications were already done by that time. So it must be around morning. ADR for PCC and payment receipt on March 23rd, 2022. And then there was a BIL, and then second ADR again came for IMM 5669. So the first was on March 23rd, and the second was almost like 2 months later, like 1.5 months later to be precise. So it's like May 10th. And then ECOPR was received on June 17th. So when you receive the ECOPR, I always repeat the same information here. So try to link up your application to GCK account. With that, you'll be able to get the updates whenever they are going, like IRCC gonna mail your PR card. So it will not be emailed, it will be mailed to your address. Make sure you update the correct address in the record so it will not get lost, or it won't get delay. The card was received, like the PR card was received by mail on July 8th. Okay, this is another timeline under IG streams. Application was submitted on May 6th at 9:32 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. There was application was linked, AOR was received, ADR for PCC came. So majority of the time you will get the ADR for PCC. I'm going to reiterate the same thing again. Make sure your PCC should be valid. Like PCC validity is 6 months from the time of issuance. And in case if you haven't traveled outside of Canada, you can resubmit the same one what you have. But I always advise to attach the confirmation receipt for the new one. So apply for the new one, attach the confirmation receipt for the new one, and attach the old PCC also. So that's it. You don't have to write the name or anything at the top of it. When you're submitting, just attach an LOE, like a letter of explanation, stating that this is my PCC. Please find attached my PCC as on so and so date, and your name and file number and all those details, and then put the signatures beneath that, and then scan it and put it along with your PCC. Don't sign it on the original PCC because that is not acceptable. Okay, ECOPR was received on June 13th. PR card was mailed, and now it was received on July 8th. Okay, IG stream again, May 7th submission. AOR was received from Sydney office, and there were a couple of ADRs. So the first one actually on May 5th, ADR for IMM 5406. Now this is exactly happening with this case also. There was another ADR on June 6th, almost a month later, for the same requisition, IMM 5406 and then IMM 5562. So when visa officer is in doubt and not getting the quick update what he's looking at, he probably would ask you to redo it. Like remember my previous case where it was asked 3 times. So the application won't get rejected, but make sure when you're submitting it for the first time, attach the LOE, and then make sure that information should be transparent enough for the visa officer to process it to the further stage, because this would unnecessarily waste your time. Now, in this case, there was a portal request on June 23rd, and ECOPR was received from Calgary office July 5th. Stream B submission here, July 14th. Application was linked on July 6th, and then there was an ADR for spouse fee, biometrics, and PCC for the principal applicant that actually came on July 6th. Now, there are a lot of applications under Stream B, May 6th or May 7th submissions, still not being able to receive any update. So when I send you, like when I share an update of July application, it doesn't mean that they have already cleared the May and June backlog. So they are still processing, and it should get through by the end of this year. So just have patience out there. July 15th, submission under Stream B at 1:55 p.m. There was no AOR, and application was linked on July 6th itself. Okay, this is another timeline under IG stream, July 6 submission. So when you called up IRCC, you might have got the TFN number, and now the file was linked on June 5th and biometric request on July 7th itself. This was all for today. Yeah, I'll be posting videos now regularly. It was just a little sabbatical from ongoing jobs and all that stuff. So I hope this video has been little help to you. And in case it does, don't forget to subscribe for more updates and enjoy this beautiful summer with your friends and family. Have a good day. Bye.